Happy holidays, everyone. It's Norm here from Tested. I want to welcome you to our 12 days of Tested Christmas. Every holiday, we present 12 products, gear, gadgets, collectibles, gifts, things that we've bought ourselves that we think would make great gifts for your friends, for your loved ones, or buy an extra one for yourself. These are all things that we've used that we love. So to kick off this year's 12 days of Tested Christmas, day one, I want to share with you something that I love to buy, which are coffee table books. I know a lot of people buy ebooks, but I love buying big format books. And actually, every year I do a selection of my favorites. I want to share with you 3 of my favorites, new books out this year. This first book is Star Wars: The Costumes. This is written by Brandon Allinger, who is the head of Prop Store in LA. They collect a ton of props, and he went up to the Lucasfilm archives and dredged up all the old costumes. I've never been to the Lucasfilm archives. I know Adam has, some of our friends at Tippett Studio have, but they have all the Star Wars costumes there just on racks. Here are 5 of Han's suits, jackets. Here are all the belts. Here's a Chewie costume, helmets, R2-D2s. And Brandon got to go take them out of storage and put them on mannequins and photograph them. Not only are there photos, great photos of the costumes in this book, but lots of detail about how these costumes were made, the thought that went into designing them for the original film, and where the costume designers got the fabrics, got all the greeblies, and what went into making Princess Leia's dresses, what went into making the droids, what went into the pilot helmets. It's amazing stuff. A great book out this year. Second book I want to talk about is something a little more to do with technology. This is called Fearless Genius, and it's another photo book. It's from photographer Doug Menuez, and he's been working in Silicon Valley as a photographer for a decade now. This is a collection of some of the most important photographs that he collected from over 250 photos he took from the birth of Silicon Valley up to the year around 2000, the first big dot-com bust. It starts off with, on the cover of, obviously, that's Steve Jobs there, chronicling the birth of Next. That was Steve Jobs' company, his startup after he left Apple. And it has some great candid moments in this book of Steve Jobs at work and the people who really built modern technology today. They're behind the scenes of Adobe when it was a startup, and its creation of Photoshop, and the very first Photoshop seminars, for example. The development of Apple's Newton PDA is chronicled here. And just some really, really great photos. It's from Stanford University's archive of his photos. And like I said, out of the 250,000 photos he's taken, his best work showcased here. I love, love, love this book. And then finally, to show you today, a book from one of my favorite book publishers. It's Taschen is the book publisher. You may have seen their large format books in your Barnes & Noble in bookstores, but they make incredible books, and this one is really a beast. It's Marvel Comics' 75th anniversary celebration book, published by Taschen. It has, I believe, 700 pages of just the history of Marvel Comics, talking about the Marvel before World War II, during World War II, after the war, how the comics were a reflection of the times, the angsty comics in the 80s and 90s, the birth of the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, and written by Roy Thomas, who was the editor-in-chief at Marvel Comics after Stan Lee became publisher. Just lovely history. What I love about Taschen's books, not that they're just bold enough to do these super large format books, form factor books, but also that every layout, every spread is beautiful. It's really, the design of the book itself is a work of art, and you get to see some amazing photographs and scans of comics that I would never be able to see in person. So this is one of my favorite coffee table books of the year. So here are just 3 of the books that I love. Actually, if you go on Tested, there's a link in the description below. I have my picks for my 10 favorite coffee table books that I bought this year. If you're in need of a gift, one of those will surely fit your needs. So this is Norm from Tested for the first day of Tested Christmas. We'll be back tomorrow with another gift recommendation. We'll see you then. Bye.